Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Timone Show. I'm here again with Beatty. How's it going, man?
How you doing, man? Good, good morning.
Oh yeah, I
Early
got I'm going back to that
morning
after
show
this.
this day. Ooh,
Huh?
yeah, yeah, man.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright. Uh, last night slash this morning, the new episodes of Dragon Ball and One Piece aired, and I could say I was not disappointed from either one. But here's something I'm always gonna say, not always, but One Piece, One Piece is winning.
How?
How? All right, right now,
Yeah,
right,
how?
right now in One Piece, uh, you got half the team trying to go and rescue one of the other members of their team, and the main character, Straw Hat Luffy, he's in this situation. He's like, I'm not gonna eat until we get you back on our team. 'Cause the person that's missing on their team is on a had got caught by his family. Apparently, he's had this rich ass family and shit this whole time. He's been him and his two brothers and his sister were all like in an experiment. Like their whole life, they've just been like a government experiment to be like these badass super soldiers. But Sanji, the dude who's missing or got kidnapped by his family, uh he was like a failure or whatever. Like he's not a superhuman and shit like his brothers are and his sister. So like he was cast
Right, right.
he was cast off, and like you never knew that until it got to this arc of like about any of his backstory. So like, and this is 825 episodes in, or 820 episodes in,
Uh,
and so you get all this fucking crazy shit going on. So then Luffy's been he just got done being captured. Him and Nami just got out of this jail that was in the arc where they're at. They just got out of this jail. So dude, Luffy,
really?
he's beating all these motherfuckers' asses, just barely surviving, just trying to get out of the castle to fucking go back to the spot where he said he was gonna be at for Sanji to come back and be like, "Yo, I got all the food for in the world for you and fucking kick ass." So like, and you have like this, and during this whole time this shit's going on, you're having this feeling like deep down that he's like that Luffy's gonna be able to survive and he's gonna win. No idea how. Like you have no idea like if someone's gonna come and save him, uh, or he's just gonna pull through on his own. And so you always have this sense of there's always this sense of like the threats, you can feel the threats and shit, like, and then you watch ball like this current arc, it's still been up in the air who's gonna win. I've always had my money on Frieza, but during this last episode, I don't know if Frieza's my number one contender anymore. So uh hello, hello. We're having technical difficulties. I don't have any connection down. Or it's just weak. Hello. Call was dropped. What's my internet like? I'm not connected. Get me onto a network.
Yo,
Yeah, dude, my connection went out. What was the last thing you heard me say? 'Cause I know I was rambling.
I heard you say, but Dragon Ball, and then it went off.
All right, but yeah. So in this current art in Dragon Ball, uh, you don't know who's gonna win. It's been a wild card or whatever right now. 'Cause like my number one contender was Frieza, and then you saw what happened in this last episode where fucking he just got bodied by
Got his ass
he got
handed to
bodied by
him.
Toppo. So Frieza might not be my number one contender anymore. So and
But Frieza didn't fall off, so you got to keep that in the back of your
I knew
mind. It's 5 minutes left.
I knew 17 was gonna have his back, so I knew 17 was gonna rescue him. So I knew he wasn't I knew they weren't gonna let Frieza go that dirty. I knew they weren't gonna fucking like they're gonna give him another time to shine because everybody except for TN had a chance to fucking redeem themselves and shit. Like it was like even
No,
Krillin was getting smacked around at one point until Android 18 stepped in, and then they had their little fucking little tag team shit going on, and then Krillin got knocked out. Fucking, like,
I'm still disappointed about Gohan, the way he sacrificed to get Disco out.
oh, I know, and I would. All that was just part of Frieza's plan. Frieza, I think he was pretending to be weak as hell. Like he was pretending like he couldn't hold them fucking laser beams out for he probably could have done that for a long ass time, but it was part of his plan
Hell
to act
yeah.
like he really can't, so that he could just easily smack out Gohan and he could get 2-1. Because knocking out anybody to Frieza is a win for him. Like
Right,
even as part
right.
of his own team, he like all right now we can knock out I can knock out Gohan, this fucking monkey, and uh 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 and our enemy at the same time. So like now it's gonna be 4-on-2. We got this.
Right.
Because Frieza ain't dumb. Like he's probably the smartest character on the fucking team.
He the funniest thing though was when when Topo was turning into his God of Destruction mode. Uh Freeze was just sitting back laughing at his ass, even though he seen the power raise and everything. Like that was hilarious to me,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, and uh, do you think Golden Frieza is Frieza's like quote unquote like his Super Saiyan God form? So like
Well,
when he accesses Gold Frieza, he can sense God Ki like a Super Saiyan Blue or some shit can.
I think it's something on that scale, but if you remember the Golden Frieza arc when Frieza first became Golden, he said it only took him 4 months of training. That was just from training to get to that level. So now he's getting his ass beat, and you see what happened when Goku got his ass beat. He got a whole nother form, and Vegeta did too. So maybe Toppo might bring out something stronger than the Golden Frieza, a little power up or something.
Maybe or would be really fucking crazy. We keep on talking about what the fuck is Vegeta gonna get? What the fuck is Vegeta get? But now we've gotten Vegeta's upgrade, where he kind of looks like a Super Vegeta, but like in the Super
Yeah,
Saiyan Blue form. So you got Super Vegeta Blue, and like
right.
and you can tell it's a different form than regular Blue because his hair's different.
His eyes
his eyes
different.
are different, and his aura is a lot darker blue and shit too. So you got Super Vegeta Blue that's kicking ass, is just as strong as Kaioken, and
Right.
so you might have an Ultra Instinct Frieza, Gold Frieza, because everyone's talking about what the fuck Vegeta's gonna get, man. Like Frieza's due for an upgrade too, like. And so like, and he's been studying the whole fight. Like he was barely doing
Right.
shit the whole fight. There was a couple times he jumped in here and there, but for the whole tournament, he's been just chilling, just watching motherfuckers, and like he might have found out like how to gain access to Ultra Instinct. So like he might have let Topo body himself like that. Like maybe not.
Right. That's what I was thinking last night. Like maybe because I remember when Goku turned Ultra Instinct, uh, he was like, this is interesting.
Yeah,
Because he was watching Goku, and I was like, Frieza's deserving a lot, man. Like he might figure it out.
man. Yeah, he might. So here's what I wanted to do today. You are a lawyer defending Dragon Ball. I am a
Yes,
lawyer
sir.
defending One Piece, and we have to fucking see who comes out on top.
Well,
We'll do
what's your
category one, music.
hate Dragon Ball Z music?
You hate Dragon Ball Z's music?
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I like the old Dragon Ball music, but this one is just it's okay. I like the actual way it come on, how they show the fights and stuff, but
You remember
the
last week
music is
when Frieza transformed into Gold Frieza again, and then they started playing his theme music? That shit gave
that
that shit
yeah,
got me hyped,
I
dude.
love that music.
Like that shit got me hyped, dude. When they played Frieza's theme music, the old Namekian fucking Frieza music, they played that shit, and that shit got me hyped. I was like,
Yeah,
damn. But
yeah, that was old school right there.
but uh, uh, hopefully I can play this. Have you heard the fucking One Piece, the new One Piece opening theme? It's not so
No,
new
I
anymore.
haven't.
It's been out for a little bit now, but oh my god, dude, it's beautiful. I'll play this for you, and that's gonna be my closing statement for One Piece music.
You might win the music part of it, man.
The next one will be pacing, but I wanna see if I can find this One Piece opening 20. This is the 20th intro of this fucking show. But pacing, what do you feel how do you feel about Dragon Ball's pacing? You can go from everything: Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball G. You can use them all as your.
I like I wish like I like the way they went with Super because they just didn't go too far. Like that's what I like about it because it's like right after the Kid Buu, couple years after Kid Buu or whatever. So it ain't too far. Like the pacing is good. Like the tournament just take forever. It's only 5 minutes left in the tournament in their time, but
At the tournament,
it's gonna last until
it feels
February.
like when it got to like the last 10 minutes in the tournament, each episode has been a minute. Ever since,
Right,
yeah.
right.
So
So I'm satisfied with the pacing because they go into each part of everybody's, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying, what they're doing in the tournament.
I will give Super one thing. They have stepped up their game on their pacing. They took a lot of notes from you know how they redid Dragon Ball Z into Dragon Ball Kai, and where they
Right.
got rid of like a good majority of the fillers, and so they got that one like, but that was something they had to do. Like uh, here's something that One Piece does because it's a little bit different because you know how they're like 800 some episodes in, and it gets intimidating for a new someone who's looking for something new to watch or a new manga to read. But here's something like you can
Right.
jump in at One Piece and any of the arcs and and you can still be entertained. And then like every once in a while, if you get curious about one of their flashbacks or something that if they do one a flashback that takes place like way back in an earlier arc, and then you get in it, and that arc strikes your curiosity. They've been releasing movies. They're like abridged. These movies are like abridged versions of specific arcs that happened in the show.
Oh,
So like you can go back and you can watch a 2 hour movie based off an arc that was like 30 fucking episodes or whatever. You can fucking get a condensed version in like 2 hours or whatever of off a movie where you can get all the main points that happen in that arc. Uh, and like everything, basically everything that happened in a little short 2 hour movie. So then you can, and then if that movie interested you enough to go back and watch the whole arc, then you can go off and do it. But you really don't have to. You got all the main points and shit off that little movie. So they've been doing this a lot where you can, so you can pick up at One Piece at any time. And uh that just might be something that Oda learned from uh Akira Toriyama, because a lot of these mangaka, they're friends. They all work in the same studio, especially One Piece and Dragon Ball. They're part of the same Shonen Jump. They're part of the same company.
right, right.
So like their studios are probably right by each other. So there might be, like they might have gotten. So that might be one thing that Oda learned from the mistakes that Dragon Ball Z made, to where they like,
Yeah, that's true.
but oh man, I don't yeah, but in each individual arc you get in One Piece, it's gonna it basically starts over as like a whole new show. Like they're on a whole new land, and they're experiencing like a whole new like way of politics, how the government's run. Like every island that they land on, and it starts a new arc, is like completely different. And like this island's full of giants, and everybody here's a giant, and fucking whatever. This fucking everything's made out of candy on this island. Uh,
Right,
fuck, and so like you're experiencing a whole new fucking world, and every island you go to within this fucking world where everything exists. Like, and so with that, I don't pacing. I don't know. I'll go with a tie for right now on that. But
what about power levels of characters?
power levels of characters, or power scaling, because
Yeah,
because Dragon Ball obviously has more powerful characters, but when you go from just like power scaling from to the villains, it's I feel the villains in One Piece are more threatening than the villains in Dragon Ball.
like can you really consider Topo and Jiren to be villains because they're just fighting for their universe like Goku and them
No,
are?
like this whole Universal arc, they're like the only villain I really think is there might have been that one mouse dude. He might have had some villains on his shit, and then Frieza, like,
Right,
so. And but other than that, like you really don't you you don't really get a sense that anybody out there is really evil or bad or whatever. They're just trying to do what they have to do to survive. So like
right,
in this arc, you don't really consider anyone evil, and and then you get the rumor, or not the rumor, but then you find out that Dragon Ball is going to be ending after this arc, or it's going to be going on hiatus, or either
right.
one. They haven't been clear to, well, if it's ending or if it's just going away for a little bit. But there is that new movie coming out.
What's the name of it? Do you know?
It's the history of the Saiyans or something like that, where you're gonna see the first god of not the first god of destruction, but the first Super
Oh, the
Saiyan
Super
god.
Saiyan guy.
Yeah,
What's his name? Yala. I forgot.
I forgot it too.
I can't.
But
But I know you're talking about.
but but you see with Dragon Ball, you always know someone's gonna win. I don't know, like for the majority of the time, like I don't know, it wasn't. Fuck, I'm losing myself. In Dragon Ball, like in regular Dragon Ball, like the power scaling was a lot better. And then like in the beginning of Dragon Ball Z, like up until like Frieza or not free after up until after Cell, the power scaling was pretty decent. But then once it got past Cell, shit just got ridiculous. Uh, and you really didn't feel like that the even with how strong Majin Buu and shit was and how he was bodying everybody, you really didn't feel like that the world was really in danger or whatever. You knew they were still gonna come out on top. Like One Piece, you know they're gonna come up on top, but like when they're facing these threats and like every time, every time, dude, they're fucking like in the beginning, dude, fucking Luffy was just bodying motherfuckers, and but now, dude, probably in the last couple hundred episodes or so, every time they're fucking facing a new bad guy, or like they're barely scraping out alive, dude. They're fucking getting out by the fucking by their teeth and shit, dude, and they're like, and you're like, fuck, dude, how are they gonna like, and and you don't even know if this shit's halfway done yet. You're like, how is he gonna fucking pull through? How is he gonna become the Pirate King, dude? Like, all these motherfuckers are way more powerful than him. Especially Blackbeard.
Right.
Blackbeard is the only dude in the show that's got two powers. Apparently, he's got some sort of unique bloodline where he can hold more than one Devil Fruit power. Because if anybody else tries it, they get killed on the spot. So, so like the main
I
dude.
could say I could say One Piece have a lot of character changes, which is always fun with me with animes. I like to see like that's what I liked about the tournament because we got to see a lot of different characters, fighting styles, and
Yeah.
different moves and stuff. And One Piece gives that anyway without a tournament, so that's always a plus.
Well, yeah. Well, that's gonna be that could be a whole different category where you go to character design
Right.
and but uh, well, we were just at the fucking. Oh, uh, yeah, dude, fucking, and in One Piece, dude, you can get. I don't know, I've lost myself completely. We'll go straight to character design. Fucking One Piece has the dopest character designs, dude. Every time they go into a new fucking arc, they're every member of the Straw Hat crew has a different fucking style of swag. So fucking, they're always fucking just fucking duggied up no matter where they go, and then you just have a unique fucking array of side characters and villains and shit too. Like they gave you this. There was this dude that dressed up as a baby. Like he wore a diaper, had a pacifier, wore a too small fucking shirt that said baby and shit on it. And then then it takes you into his backstory, and you find out why he dresses like that. And it's like it
Right.
was really like in a heart pounding emotional backstory. And this wasn't even for a main character. This was from one of the bad guys. And like it gave you sympathy for why this fucking bad guy dresses the way he does, and you get a fucking solid reason of why he does this shit. Cause like I would, it was just nuts. And like the dude's like a big crime boss and shit too. And he's sitting there fucking wearing a diaper. Like when they show him in his past, dude, he's always in a fucking suit and he's smoking a cigar and he looks like a badass. Like you don't want to fucking run into this dude if you owe him money.
He said, "Cause you owe money."
Yeah, and then when you fucking see him in the future, the present time, whatever, and he's wearing a pacifier and he's wearing a diaper and you don't know if he's shitting himself or whatever. And, like when you see him, then you're like, oh, this guy's not threatening at all. But he's still a badass. But he's dressed as like a baby. But then and then you get all these other fucking characters then like anything exists. Like there's all these anthropomorphic fucking. I mean, all that's in Dragon Ball, where
Right,
you
right.
got all these but you have a whole island full of these anthropomorphic. Like there's like bunny people and lion people, and all this shit. And then there's, like I was saying before, there's the giants, and uh there's a lot more diversity to the cast. I know Dragon Ball is all aliens and white people, and
He said aliens and white people.
and Mr. Popo.
Yeah, Mr. Popo in a league of his own, man. I wonder about his back pass all the time. Like, have he always been on the time chamber and up there? Like, where did he come from? What is he? Do he have any powers?
I don't know. Well, I mean, you know that he's strong because
Oh, I know he's strong.
back in the Buu arc, when Gohan or Goten and Trunks like woke up and they just seen this fucking scary ass fucking black dude. Fucking, they fucking instantly went Super Saiyan and then tried to body his ass. And he's all like, "Hold on, kids. He's blocking all their attacks with just his fucking one hand and shit." And he's like, "Hold on, kids, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, your Super Saiyan shit ain't got shit on me, dude. Like,
Right.
I could have been saved this world fucking a dozen times, but I can't leave Kami's lookout."
He can't leave Kami's lookout though. Didn't do it. And I was kind of pissed off in Dragon Ball Z Kai when they turned Mr. Popo blue. I
Oh,
was like,
that
what the fuck is
blinding!
going on here?
They had to do the same thing to Jinx in Pokemon.
I hated that,
They
man.
turned Jinx purple because there was this black lady that was causing the storm. She's the same reason why Mr. Popo had to change from black to that blinding ass fucking blue color. She was causing an uproar about fucking racist portrayals of characters, and
Oh my god.
Popo and Jinx were part of the fucking mix.
Jinx was a thought, man. No, that's cool though. I get that, but yeah, I don't know what the fuck. Like Dragon Ball Z could have a lot more. You know what I'm saying? All these universes out here and planets, they only went to fucking Namek, man. Like and Planet Vegeta when it was still, you know what I'm saying, there.
Yeah.
But they could. I think they should go other places, man. You remember when Vegeta was on his way to Earth and he stopped at that one planet and like fucked up
Yeah,
everything?
him and Nappa was just like
Him and
they
Nappa.
were on a little free for all before they got like oh, let's enjoy this vacation, you know? Like,
Yeah, like I like seeing other planets and stuff like that. That part dope, but it's
yeah, in
rare on
Dragon
Dragon
Ball you
Ball
had some of
Z.
your dopest characters in filler arcs, like in the when Goku was dead and he was in that
Oh,
you
PyCon, I
got
know exactly who
Pycon,
you're talking
yeah, you had
about.
Pycon,
Yeah.
and then and now like in Dragon Ball Super you have some of your dopest looking characters in the Tournament of Power. Like you had that Thunderbird dude. Uh,
Oh yeah, he was
he was
dope.
dope, and like there was all sorts of characters that like you know that probably Akira Toriyama and Toei Toriyama were trying to fucking probably wanted to were designing characters all over the place, and then when they came up with doing this Universal Survival arc, they're like, dude, we can do a lot of our old character designs and fucking bring them into the show, you know, like. They probably had a lot of real fun with it, coming up with new characters and who they're gonna throw in the place.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure, cause that was just when I seen all these characters, I'm like, some of them look a little sissified, but they was fighting. I was like, okay, okay, I can see this. You know, like the I forgot her name, but the heart team. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, yeah, they were Ribrianne and all that, and
Yeah, Rivian and them. I thought they was gonna be weak as shit, but they was strong as shit.
but what's funny is when they got knocked out and then they passed off their power to them dudes,
Yeah, passed
they
off
were
their power.
they,
Yeah, that was
and they've never used the power of love before, but they were able to fucking hold it better than the those chicks that use the power of love all the time.
right,
You
right.
know, I was like, get the fuck out of here, like.
Like, who the fuck cares about the power of love? Like, what the fuck is this? I was kind of pissed off when they had that shit to tournament at first, but I seen what the power of love could do, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
dude,
okay,
power of love was nothing to fuck with, you know, and
nothing to fuck with, man.
and it
or like the Wolf guys. You remember the Wolf crew,
yeah,
the brothers?
yeah.
They was dope. Like that one Wolf dude, he was fucking kicking blast from his feet. Like that shit was awesome.
No, yeah. In the pre-tournament when when Gohan and dude tied with each other, I was all like, yeah, dude, fucking like you really thought Gohan was gonna get that W, but they had to make it a tie match just so you could have fucking the boom fight right after. But
Yeah.
but I don't know, man.
Do you think the tournament of power would have went any different if Frieza wasn't there and Boo was there?
Oh, dude, Boo would already be out.
You think so?
Maybe. Because he would go he would have went in like as soon as somebody fucked with him he would have went in.
Even in his new form, skinny fit Boo?
Because like I don't really know if Boo has like a power level. I think he might be like the androids where he has actually like unlimited energy. As
That's something to think about, yeah.
because like that dude can just keep on going. Like the only thing that like really slows him down is like he likes to eat and he likes to take naps. Like I mean,
And he liked to
Beerus does the same
yeah.
shit, and Beerus can body everyone in the tournament. Maybe not Jiren. Jiren might be a fight to him, but fight for him, and maybe Toppo. But other than that, you know, like motherfuckers that like to eat and like to sleep, they're the strongest people in the show.
Yep, that's Luffy too. Luffy likes to eat.
Oh, yeah, Luffy's based off of Goku and Indiana Jones combined.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of see a little Goku in him now that you say that. He's always in a good mood, no matter what's going on. Unless somebody fucking with his friends, and then he get pissed off.
So that's always going to be one thing because like Dragon Ball is always going to hold a piece in my heart, and there might not even be a One Piece without Dragon Ball like because Luffy's the main character of Dragon Ball is based off the main character of One Piece is based off the main character of Dragon Ball loosely. Yeah, you know how yeah.
But why they throw Indiana Jones in there though?
Because the exploring, dude, and
Oh yeah,
all
this
these on
foreign
these
part.
adventures
Okay,
and
yeah.
fucking and they do a lot of stuff with that. Like there's because like we still don't even have the full backstory of One Piece, or like no, we don't even know what One Piece is gonna be. A lot of people think it's the One Piece is the journey to find One Piece, and I'm all like,
Mm.
I'll buy it, but I might be disappointed if that happens.
You think? I think One Piece might be a piece of treasure.
I think
Like,
One Piece is the piece of missing history because there's 100 years of history that are just missing, and like nobody knows what happened except for like the most elite people like of the world government and these rich ass people called the Celestial Dragons. Like only they like
mm,
really know what happened in the 100 year void. So I think uh, uh Gold Roger found out what happened in the 100 year void. He was gonna expose it to the fucking world or whatever, but he couldn't. But instead, he buried it on the final island that they're trying to find. It's called Raftel. But now,
mm.
but then nobody knows how to get to Raftel unless they decipher these giant stones. They're called poneglyphs, and there's four. there's four specific ones that you have to decipher to figure out how to get to that island,
Mm.
and nobody's been able to see all four of them. Right now, they're trying to get one of them at the same time they're trying to rescue their buddy because the people that Sanji's with and whatever right now, they also have one of the poneglyphs. So
Oh snap!
yeah, so they're trying to get that information and at the same time trying to fucking get their buddy back. So they're on a little double mission and nothing's going right at all, dude. And you're on the edge of your seat watching this shit. Well, I'm not because every time I'm trying to watch it, my fucking internet's fucking up. Only on that specific website that I'm watching them on.
Hmm.
And it's crazy because I watch Dragon Ball on the exact same website. So I'm watching Dragon Ball and it's playing all the way through. And I'm all like, all right, One Piece should play good now. And then you get about halfway through and then it just starts fucking like, you gotta refresh the page. Oh, you gotta refresh the page again. Oh, you gotta do it again. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, like, I can't get as into One Piece as I want to, even though it's my favorite anime. It's my favorite. It's in my top fucking five favorite shows. Uh,
It's in your top two. It's been your favorite, bro.
it's in my top five favorite shows of all time. And but and so yeah, like all this crazy shit's going on. I don't even know where to begin, and but I can't enjoy it as much as I want to. I can't be on the edge of my seat being all like, oh fuck, 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 like because it's always freezing out and shit on me, and I get mad. So
Yeah, I know how that
my
go, man.
computer likes Dragon Ball more than it likes One Piece. I mean, it does the same thing when I'm watching
Yeah.
Boruto. That's a whole other discussion for later, but it does the same thing for Boruto. So I
Right,
end up being
right.
like a couple weeks behind in One Piece and Boruto, and I always end up just being right on time with fucking Dragon Ball. So you think that I fucking am a more Dragon Ball fan just because I'm more up to date on it, but no, 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 no. One Piece.
Yeah, I'm a Dragon Ball fan, man. I actually can watch One Piece. I just haven't had the time to sit down and watch all them fucking episodes.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. I don't know. I remember
I want
I
to.
remember I used to watch it with you back in the day, and and here's something that you'd get excited to hear then, because you remember that fish man, Jimbei?
Yeah, yeah, that's where I stopped.
Yeah, dude. He's back now, and he's about to be a new member of the crew. And they're about to
Oh,
get two new members of the crew. They're about to get Jimbei, and they're about to get this rabbit girl named Carrot. Yeah,
oh,
so they're gonna get two new members of the crew, and 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 then the shit that happened in the arc before this one, the Luffy ended up gaining respect from like thousands of fucking pirates, and like it's like all these different crews. They're all like, "Hey, we want to join the Straw Hats," and Luffy said, "Fuck y'all, you can't join the Straw Hats, but anytime you need our back, we got you. But and anytime I need y'all backs, you guys got to get me." And they're all like, "Yeah, dude, fucking bet." So like, he's got like backup from like 5,000 other fucking pirates and shit to fucking like
damn.
yeah. So he's on the process of already becoming the pirate king, dude. Like he's getting up there. Like he just doesn't want to take on the responsibility of all these motherfuckers, dude. Like he wants his crew to do what they got to do, and
Right, right.
like him and his it was 9 members. It's gonna be 11 now. The 11 fucking straw hat pirates are gonna fucking take over, and do that shit. Like they are the underdogs in the whole show, and I think they want to keep it that way, like to where yeah, they're not gonna have thousands or hundreds and whatever. They're not gonna have the big battleships and shit that Whitebeard had and the Marines have. They're gonna fucking they're gonna take over the fucking world on their dinky ass fucking what was it called, Thousand Sunny. they're gonna
They still got that same boat.
they had this. They're on their second boat. Um,
Oh, okay.
their first boat got totally demolished after the Sky Island, and then they're on their second boat, and it's still like not that big though. It's not like the big battleships and shit that you like. Whenever you'll see their ship, the Thousand Sunny, approaching like a big ass fucking marine base. You know, like what the fuck? How is this little tiny ship gonna get through? You know, like, and they do. They pull through every time, but you never know how. And like, and that's one thing, dude. Is like One Piece has this fucking silliness factor that I don't think can be matched by anything. Like, I mean, I know it's a common anime trope to where like, shit just gets silly, but I don't know. One Piece has this way of doing it to where like I don't know. Like it'll be like it'll like they'll pull some silly shit out of nowhere in like some super serious moment. Like you're like, oh fuck, dude, how they gonna get like, dude, shit's about to die, and what? Oh my god, what the fuck's happening? And then out of nowhere they'll pull some silly shit like, oh no, Luffy got really fat or something, and like he
Right.
starts bouncing away or rolling away or some shit out there. And you're like, what the fuck? I didn't see that coming. Like sometimes
Right.
and
Right.
sometimes it might not be a the best executed of moves to do, or like or it might just be some lazy writing to get out of a jam, so they pull something silly. And you know, sometimes it's not the greatest, sometimes it's disappointing. You know, I'm not saying that fucking One Piece is a hit every single time, because it's not. You know, just saying with every other show, you're gonna have some bad episodes, you're gonna have some good ones, but
Yeah, I know a lot of bad episodes I have seen in the Dragon Ball Z. So yeah, I agree.
yeah, so you're always gonna but so like the but you never know what they're gonna pull. That's what I'm saying. It's always a surprise, like how he's gonna get out of something or how other members are getting out of their jams, because uh every member of the One Piece crew is essential to the team or whatever. Everybody has a purpose, and in Dragon Ball,
Right.
everybody doesn't have a purpose. Like they've been kicking characters to the wayside forever, until the
Yeah, like
Universal Survival arc
yeah,
brought back.
like Yamcha. Yamcha been a fucking wasted character forever.
Yeah, but nobody likes Yamcha. Like what Dragon Ball Super is doing is a fan service. Like, and it's cool because like Dragon Ball Super they listen to the fans, and then they'll bring you what the fans been asking for, and then throw in some twists and shit here and there. You know, like
Right.
everybody's been wanting Vegeta to get a new power up. Boom, they give Vegeta a new power up. Uh and like all sorts of shit happens. They listen. I feel Dragon Ball Super listens to the fans, and they try to deliver, but then also bring in their own shit with it too. Like,
Well, they didn't listen to what I said about Gohan because he disappointed the shit out of me, man.
so when they did the Universal Survival arc, they brought back Krillin because everybody loves Krillin. They brought back Tien, even though Kira Toriyama doesn't really care for Tien. They brought back Tien, but so he's all like, "Well, I'll bring him back, but I'm gonna fucking kill him, fucking dirty," you know, like. so and then they
Hey, I really don't like TN myself.
and they know people love Majin Buu, so they hinted at bringing back Majin Buu, but they know like a lot of motherfuckers love Frieza, even though Frieza's bad guy, or whatever. Like I've always loved Frieza, and like like even
Dude,
back when I was a little shorty watching Dragon Ball at 5 in the morning at
right.
on Fox before the Fox Kids cartoons come on, because they came on at 7 in the morning. Dragon Ball come on
Right,
5 in the
right.
morning, and then Doogie Howser MD came on, and then Fox Kids cartoons came on. So like,
Yep,
so even
yep,
back
so
then when I
did.
thought Frieza was a chick, and like some sort of like overlord queen or whatever. I was like, dude, this chick is badass. This like I don't know, like this chick like is scary or whatever.
Right.
And then now everyone knows he's a dude. So like I'm like man, I don't know.
It-
Like he's like so they brought him back. So like they're and then I don't know. His Dragon Ball Super is just doing a huge fan service. And there's one thing that kind of pisses me off. We go back to pacing. Goten and Trunks are still the same age, and like it's been a little bit of time
7 years.
since the end of Boo.
What?
Goten and Trunks are still the same
It's been
age.
it's been like 5 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should have got a little older, man. You're right. But remember when in Dragon Ball Goku didn't get like tall like Saiyans like it's like Saiyans stay small forever, dude.
Well, Dragon Ball took place in like a year or so, or like a couple of years, and then when at the end of Dragon Ball, like the very last episode of Dragon Ball, yeah, Goku is like 16 or 17, maybe like 18 or whatever. He's a grown man, and they're fighting in the tournament
Right.
and shit. So like he gets older, but the course that the Dragon Ball took is a lot shorter time period than the course Dragon Ball Z took. Because Dragon Ball Z took years. Like you, when you first get
Yeah.
introduced to Gohan, he's 4 years old or he's either 3 or 4 years old when he's fighting Raditz, and when he gets kidnapped by Piccolo to fight to
Yeah,
fight the
yeah.
Saint. Like Gohan was fighting Vegeta at 5 years old, turning into monkey form and all that shit. Gohan
Yeah, Vegeta was one. Yeah.
Gohan flew to in outer space to an alien planet at 7 years old.
He was more active, man. That's
Gohan
why he could
saved the fucking planet Earth against the most
as well.
diabolical villain at 10, 11 years old.
Hey,
And then
he
after that,
and then he
he's
gets kicked
chilling.
out in the tournament of power. He's lame as fuck, man. He's lame as fuck. Like, come on, he didn't. Did he even go mystic in the tournament at
Yeah, he
all?
did.
Like for
He went
real?
full power fighting who was he fighting against? He went full power when he was with Piccolo. When they were fighting them
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You right, you
Namek-
right. Yeah, when he was with
Hey, and
Piccolo.
them Namekians were nothing to fuck with either, dude. They feud
But
with
them was some like overpowered
they
Namekians,
fused
bro.
with their
Like
entire
that shit was
planet.
weird.
So like
Oh, that's what it
yeah,
was.
they fused with like,
Okay.
and and then they gave it a good reason of why they weren't strong until like the very end. Like apparently a fusion that big, it took a while for your body to adjust to it. So then like they were
Right.
spending the whole time in the tournament just adjusting to their new bodies. But so then once they finally did, that's when they were able to hold their own against Gohan and Piccolo for a while. Because like they explained it really well once you found out how they got so strong, whatever. They'll and because Piccolo could sense like all the Namek like all their power and shit. Uh, and then he got bodied, and then they showed Nail and Kami inside Piccolo's head, and I was like, damn, dude, like Dragon Ball Super almost feels like it's a whole different show when you look at Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. Like, I mean, it is a whole different show, but like they bring in a lot more story than Dragon Ball Z did, and like
Right.
even for
Because Dragon Ball Z was just full of action. Like it didn't have any, you know what I'm saying, dialogue for real.
like and then like you're getting like really dope backstory off of characters that don't even matter. Like when you had Gohan knock off that one dude, and then like he drops his fucking locket or whatever, and it opens up, you see a picture of dude's family, and Gohan's all like, "Fuck, dude! Like I got a family too. Like this dude was fighting for the same reasons I'm fighting, you know? Like
Right.
so like it's this Dragon Ball Super. I'll give it that, dude. Like it has heart. It has a lot of heart to it, and 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 like I was saying again before, like, and it might have to do with like how much of a fan service it is.
I wonder, did you hear Jaren say in the show yesterday that about Topo? He is like, oh, so you chose that path or something like to that extent.
Yeah,
Like, I wonder what he meant by that.
he chose to become a god of destruction
Ah,
instead of a
okay,
pride trooper.
so right. So why? So is God of Destruction considered bad where he's from?
I don't really know. I mean,
That's what I'm asking.
I
Because
don't
Jaren saying like he was kind of upset at Topo for that.
like. It's hard to kind of read Jiren though because like he doesn't really have an expression. He just he
No,
just
he don't have an
he just has those
expression
big
at
ass he
all.
just has those big ass bug eyes and like that tiny mouth and whatever. And
He looks like he said that tiny mouth. Did you see how he threw that fucking blast off when Goku was holding his ass?
yeah, yeah, he said fucking
Hey,
beat
he's
Vegeta.
awesome, man. He's fucking awesome,
So,
bro. He's
but
fucking awesome. I love Jaren.
but there's a balance that's done with the Gods of Destruction and the Kaioshin. Like they
Ah,
like the and apparently the Universe 7 Kaioshin is like the worst fucking Kaioshin of like yeah, he doesn't do his job. And and you see that when you look at all the other Kaioshin because like every universe has their Kaioshin there along with the God of Destruction and their angel. So
right.
and you see other Kaioshins are like a lot more involved with their gods of destruction. Like they're like they seem like they like know each other and like
But everybody was feared of Beerus. Like he knew of Beerus, but he was like, "Oh, Beerus is the god of
yeah
destruction." I didn't think it was. No, I'm like they feared
yeah
Beerus.
and like and but and that's what's fucked up. You look at the other universes, like these guys are all well aware of each other. Fucking Grand Kai thought that Beerus was a myth or not. He didn't even know if he was real or not. And that's
Right,
but
right.
Beerus is also a lazy ass god of destruction. So like
Like
universe
Beerus been asleep all
yeah
these
universe
years
7
though.
really should be erased because they have the laziest gods. And but it turns out they might have the strongest mortals and maybe like that's something that's not supposed to happen like the
Right.
gods are supposed to keep mortals in check. You know, they're supposed to keep them in their mortal level. They're supposed to like well, the Kaioshin has the power to create new life and create planets and do all this shit. The God of Destruction takes care of the ones that have been uh either not doing their fucking service as mortals or just uh I don't know, like there's some purpose to why the God of
Beerus kind
Destruction
of
has to do
ruthless,
this shit.
man.
But Beerus was going around more of like a dictator or whatever. He was going to planet, all like, no, let me see what kind of food you got. And if he wasn't impressed with their food, he would remember that there was that scene. It was like in the first episode of Dragon Ball Super where he just taps his fucking fingernail on the table
Yeah,
and fucking half the planet's gone. Fucking poof. And I'm like, just because they
yeah.
didn't have fucking the type of fucking dessert or something he likes. So what you know, like I'm like, damn, is that really
But
what that
then you
means?
gotta look at Beerus. You gotta look at Beerus' mindset. Like when his brother got erased, like he didn't show he didn't give a fuck.
He did, but he was putting on that tough guy act. Like,
He did, but it was kind of fucked up. I'm like, damn. Even he trying to show some love right now. Beerus could be in a
nah,
badass for a second. Like,
Beerus was mad that Champa didn't even have shit to say. He just fucking he did that thing that they do in anime where they pull their eye down and fucking stick his tongue out and shit. That's all he did. But Beerus
yeah,
was mad. You could
yeah,
see it. Like he even gulped a little bit. And he said he's like you can't even say anything. You're just gonna do that. Like and
yeah.
you can tell that Beerus was like mad and like
Hey, when they fought though, that was one of my favorite fight scenes though.
when everything was dying because of their
Bro,
fight.
that was hard. That was a hard fight scene, man. I love that.
Oh my goodness. There's a good category, man. Fight scenes. Who's got the best
Oh yeah, we
fight
can go
scene?
there. That's a good
Who's
one.
got the best fight scenes?
I'll say it's a tie because I just seen some of One Piece fight scenes and they do be impact like it be all kind of shit going on, man.
Both shows, especially early One Piece, the fight scenes weren't really much at all. But like both shows will use recycled animation. One Piece does it a lot
Right.
less. Like Dragon Ball does it all the time. They've been doing it since Dragon Ball Z. Because like when everything gets really fast paced or whatever, and they get to the close ups, you see them doing the exact same fucking five moves, and both characters are doing the exact same five moves in that fight, where it's like punch, 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 kick, block.
Kick, 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 kick.
It's
Right.
like punch, punch,
And
punch, kick, block,
all you hear is
and
all
then
you hear is da da da
and then
da 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 da
it just
da
repeats that over
da
and over
da
and
da.
over again. Dragon Ball does that all the time since Dragon Ball Z. I don't think regular Dragon Ball did that at all. But Dragon Ball Z's been doing that, and Dragon Ball Super does it. I'm pretty sure Dragon Ball GT did, but we don't talk about GT. Uh,
Nah, GT is a disgrace in my eyes, man. I don't care if it's any GT fans out there. You know what? Birds to you for real. I don't fuck with that.
so
That was horrible.
But early One Piece didn't like. I was not impressed at all. Like I was all like, man, this how this show is gonna be. I don't like. And it was after like I started watching One Piece after a time where like it had won awards and like for being the longest shit. And there was a video I seen of it was like the top fucking 10 best fight scenes in anime, and One Piece had one on there. And I was all like, that, and it looked good. But I was all like, I don't know, I
Man, the
don't.
best anime fight, I mean, this is a little off topic, but the best anime fight I would have to say would be from Hunter x Hunter, man.
I haven't seen any Hunter x
Hi-
Hunter.
what?
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that. I've been looking to try to get into it.
Bro,
I
you
haven't
gotta
seen it yet.
watch it. It's oh my god. Like once he get his actual awakening mode to nature, dude is like a freaking animal, man. Like it's fucking nuts, bro. Like and then like his dad, the main character's dad fights like the strongest guy that's, you know what I'm saying, giving everybody their hunter license or whatever.
Yeah.
And the old guy, you know what I'm saying, this man like he a master of meditation or whatever, but like the way he fights is just crazy. Like he don't need arms or leg. Like dude was taking out his he took out one of his arms. He used one arm to meditate and still could charge his attack. He took out one of his legs. He could stand on one leg. He was like, "This don't stop me." And he's like, got this big ass. Fuck, it remind me of Hashirama's 2,000 hands, the golem.
Okay.
Yeah, and he got something like that. Just fighting, like I'm talking about slapping the shit out of him, but it's all due off of meditation. Like that was one of the best fight scenes of all time, man.
Man. All right.
You have to check out Hunter x Hunter.
So like you got early One Piece fight scenes that weren't really shit, dude. It was like they show like a close up of whoever was attacking, and then they had names for all their attacks. Like it was like some Sailor Moon type shit in the beginning, to where like yeah, and I was all like, man, if this how this whole show's gonna be, dude, I'm not gonna be able to sit through it all. But then,
Yeah,
but then like maybe about like after they got their ship, so like their fourth member of the crew, uh,
right.
they kind of slowed that down, and then they did more like regular fighting scenes, and they like and but I also think just like in the beginning show like they weren't really sure. I mean, like the manga was popular, and it was popular enough to want for Shonen Jump to hit up Toei Animation and be like, "Hey, we want a show for this." So, but a lot of the beginning shows, like you look at everything, you look at the even the first fucking 30 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, the animation wasn't as good as it is now. Or like, and you look at
Right,
like the first 30 episodes of Naruto, the animation wasn't as good as it was like after the first arc. And then like One Piece did the same thing where like One Piece has an art style, or Oda Sensei has an art style to where it really didn't want me to get into the show either. Like I thought all the characters looked stupid, and I thought the art was just whack. And then I watched it. It took me a couple times to actually get into it because I tried watching it like years and years and years ago before I lived in that apartment when we were watching it, and we were watching Flash and Arrow and shit all the time.
right.
And but yeah, so I tried watching like years and years before that, and I was all like, no, I can't get into it. And then I gave it a shot, and I didn't watch it in English that time. The English voice actors, at least
Suck.
the one that's there's an English dub group called Four Kids, or it's with
Oh, they're pretty good.
it's
They're pretty good. I know who they are.
yeah, they do a lot of the stuff that used to come on they did a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh and
Right,
I think they do Pokemon. They did the early English dubs of Dragon Ball Z
right.
before it switched over to Funimation. And so like the One Piece that so like the English dubs that I saw were the Four Kids ones, and it it was not good at all. And like I didn't even get to the point where they introduced Sanji, but
Damn.
apparently the dubbing fucked up his character because he's always smoking cigarettes all the time. But then in the English dubbing, they changed his cigarettes into lollipops.
Right,
So
right.
I didn't even get to that point in but the second or third time I tried watching the show and getting into it, I'm doing it in Japanese now, and the Japanese voice actors are on point and they're good, and uh and I think it's more fitting for that show, like because how much over the top it is, like, and the Japanese voice actors are always way more over the top with their voices, anyways.
Yeah, they put their heart into it, man.
And so that's it's a lot more fitting for that show. Like, there's always that debate of what's better is dubs or subs, and it really just depends on the show. Like,
It depends on certain characters in the show. For me, like I do like the English Goku, but I also like the Japanese Goku.
yeah, yeah.
Cause English Goku, they pretty accurate with him, but I don't like English Frieza. I
There's
like Japanese Frieza more.
there's four four or five English Gokus.
Right,
The most current one, he did the all of Dragon Ball Z Kai. I think he did like the final like Buu arc of Dragon Ball Z, and then he's done all of Dragon Ball Super, including the movie.
right.
Or or I don't know if he did any of the original Dragon Ball series, but I think he did a lot of the later movies.
Right.
But but I know he did all of Dragon Ball Z Kai. I know he did all of Kai, and this current voice actor they have for Goku I like a lot. And
Yeah, he pretty good.
I like the Vegeta voice actor too, and they recently just challenged each other on the new Dragon Ball Fighter game, and
Oh, really?
apparently Vegeta fucking bodied fucking Goku. Goku
Really?
was complaining that his controller wasn't working or whatever, but Vegeta was even doing some shit like, I'll stand still and I'll let you get some fucking hits on me and I'll still smack you. I didn't see the video. This is from a review I read of it.
Right, right.
From
That's pretty dope.
yeah, so and I wanna play that game. It looks like it's got a it doesn't look like it's crazy like the other Dragon Ball Fighter games or like the Dragon Ball.
Dude,
It
all
looks like
the
it's
Dragon
it
Ball.
looks like it's a tournament fighter though, like Street Fighter or some shit. But you just have full
Yeah.
range of the ring. So like I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be as crazy as the other Dragon Ball Z games have been, like the Xenoverse and all that shit.
The Xenoverse has been nuts, bro. I can't even keep up with that shit.
Yeah, like you got people on YouTube posting all the cutscenes as like a movie and shit, and I'm like, whoa, dude, I don't even have to play the game. I can watch all of Xenoverse on YouTube.
They just go they go too much into that time warp shit, man.
Well, they don't. I don't know.
Like
I don't know if they know what to do with
I don't
it,
know.
and they just want to bring in all sorts of characters that like, don't even exist in the show. So they just want to bring in all sorts of characters
Right.
to.
Like they got the little mask Goku looking dude that's supposed to be Bardock and all type of shit.
Yeah, and then they got the evil Bardock, and then that made people think that Goku Black was gonna be the evil Bardock that was
Right,
wearing
supposed
that
to be
mask and
Bardock
shit.
and all that.
Yeah.
No, it
So like
wasn't, man. They was stupid.
and that's a bad thing that Xenoverse does is it left a lot of people with like it gives people rumors, and it gives it makes the internet do what the internet does worst and just fucking bring out false rumors of what's gonna happen in your favorite show.
Right.
And
Like the Superman, like the Super Namekian God. Like that rumor was going around for months, man. I mean Piccolo was gonna fuse with them two Namekians, and I was like, hey, that would be pretty
it
dope.
would be.
But I was like, that's a five-way fuse, like Piccolo, and then they already had fused with their whole planet, so it's really more than a five-way fuse. Like that's too much
Yeah. And,
for one person.
and like if you look at it, dude, like Piccolo, if you watch Team Four Stars Plan to Eradicate Christmas, it's a
I love Team Four Star. They're awesome. Shouts out.
they made a movie last December. Well, they didn't make it. You know what they do. Dragon Ball Bridge.
Right,
Uh,
right, right.
there's a movie called Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans, but
Uh huh.
they made Plan to Eradicate Christmas, and fuck, what was my point about this? Fuck, I don't remember my point. What was the last thing you said before I started talking?
I was talking about Piccolo, Super Namekian
Oh,
God.
so they're talking about Christmas or whatever, and then Pickle's like,
Hmm.
I do celebrate Christmas. And they're like, oh, well, really? He's like, yeah, if you think about it, I am the son of God. Like so,
The fuck?
and then that was the point. I was like, the Namekians were already like the Namekians on Earth were already kind of gods because Kami had to tap into the
Yeah,
god power to create the Dragon
yeah.
Balls, and then
They are. Well, yeah, they are like semi guys, I guess.
Kami translates to God. If you go Japanese to English, that's what Kami means is God. So so then when you had Dende become the new Kami, so like Dende is already a Namekian god, but like their god form isn't a higher power level. it's a higher level of
Right.
consciousness to where you're able to
Right.
fucking man like so Dende was a more powerful god than Kami. Like his Dragon
Right.
Balls are or actually they're different because with Kami Dragon Balls you only got one uh 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 you can be brought back to life one time, but you could bring back like 1,000 people back to life all at once. But with
Right. Right.
with Guru Dragon Balls and with Dende Dragon Balls, you can bring back motherfuckers as often as you want, but you don't have multi resurrection.
Right.
Like so you can't like
That's
so I can't really say
so.
which
Is
one's more
Neil
powerful.
Neil still inside of Piccolo?
Yeah,
Right.
they showed him in Dragon Ball Super. They show him and Kami in Piccolo's head.
So they're just sitting up there in the consciousness,
Yeah,
just chilling.
yeah,
That's pretty dope.
yeah. So like he's so Piccolo's always got two hype men in his fucking in his
Pretty
circle.
much.
He's
Hey, Fourth Star is awesome when they have Kami and talking to Piccolo and not in the head and stuff. That is
yeah,
hilarious.
and then they always throw in Ghost Nappa.
Go snap. Hell yeah, man. That shit is awesome.
All right, dude,
That shit is fucking awesome, man.
I got one final category. I know we haven't been keeping track on who's winning, but one final category, man. Who's got the best movies?
Tree of Might, man, was awesome.
Tree of Might was the first
Uh,
Dragon Ball Z movie I saw, and they played that like back in the day when Dragon Ball would come on at 5 in the morning and shit. And that was the
yeah,
first Dragon Ball movie I
yeah.
ever saw, and that shit blew my mind because I was like,
That's
who's this
that shit
tan
was
evil
fucking
Goku?
awesome. Yeah, that shit was awesome. Uh, Beard's movie was pretty dope. I enjoyed it. And we went to the movies to see Resurrection of Frieza. That was dope.
We did, and that's one thing. Like I don't think One Piece, at least in America, because I know Japan puts all their movies out in theaters, but I don't think One Piece
Right,
had
right.
a feature film to come out in theaters in America, or at least not in Rockford, because you know how like
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, Rockford, we get left out. We the back burner.
because One Piece has had two dynamic movies come out in the past couple of years. They've had One Piece movie Z, and then there's a one that's something to do with like gold or some shit like that. I've watched them both, and and while I've gotten kind of out of the like I don't know what to say mood or whatever desire or whatever to kind of watch the
Hmm.
anime movies because
Hmm.
they're never based directly on
They're not accurate at
they're
all.
not based like they don't follow the canon of the show or whatever. So sometimes I feel like there's
Right.
a waste, but these last two that One Piece have had were like actually really good. They had very good animation, so like, everything's nice and fluid or whatever. The story for them has been good. Uh,
Right.
so it kind of made me want to go back and watch the other One Piece movies that I skipped because they're just like Dragon Ball where they have a whole shit like array of fucking movies and I might say Dragon Ball has this one beat for now just because I've seen more of them.
Yeah, they movies be pretty dope though.
But
On top of that, like, it's alright.
but every Saturday night, dude, I'm equally hyped for a new One Piece and a new Dragon Ball. And now they're gonna be getting rid of Dragon Ball for however long a time. We got the new movie coming out in December.
Yeah, I can't wait, man.
Uh, So like I don't know, like we're gonna see what's to come, and One Piece isn't dying anytime soon. So
Yeah, I might even hop into One Piece until Dragon Ball Z come back. I'll start at episode 450 where I left
oh
off.
my god,
Right.
it's it's I think 823 aired last
Damn, I got a lot. I'm only halfway in.
night.
See, that's why I never could stick with it. Like they dialogue is freaking incredible. Like they'll have a whole story and everything, man. Like which is good. It keep the show going, which is great.
Yeah, and I'm saying, it's not dying anytime soon. The
Right.
One Piece manga is uh in the top contenders in the world next to Superman, Batman, and Spider-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like so it's not dying anytime soon, and a lot of theorists have been saying if it keeps on going at the rate that it's going, right now it's already outselling Spider-Man books and Superman books and Batman books, but it
Wow.
hasn't reached the top spot yet. But a lot of theorists say if it keeps on going at the rate it's going, dude, One Piece has potential to hit the fucking number one spot of fucking most popular fucking piece of that style of fiction.
You think okay, if it's that popular then you think they'll get their own like live action film?
I don't know. I don't know. It'd be cool to see, but
It'd be cool to see Luffy in real,
but
flesh, like with his
it'd be something
powers and
that'd be
shit.
really hard to do a live action of because you would need a lot of CGI and and Japan Japan doesn't have a good track record for using good CGI for their feature films. They're great at video games and
Right.
animation and cartoons and shit. But when it comes to their feature films, they're really not that great. Um, and I'll watch them. Like if you go back and watch the Death Note movies, like they're not that good.
It was crappy,
They're
man.
not that good. Um,
Dragon Ball was crappy. Like,
well,
what the fuck?
Dragon Ball was a American movie.
That shit was horrible.
Yeah, but what else? The Full Metal Alchemist movie coming out, like it kind of looks good, but it looks crappy at the same time. Like,
Right.
uh, fuck, what else? I mean, just look at fucking Godzilla. Like, you look,
Yeah, I agree.
I
It
mean, and God's
might not be a good
and
idea.
Godzilla's beloved across the world. Like, they're not like great movies, but they're I don't know, they're cool for what they do.
Well, that one Godzilla movie I watched when she had all her babies and shit, that one was all right.
No,
It was all right.
that's Godzilla fucking 2000 or whatever. And no, fuck that movie. That was the worst Godzilla movie ever.
You didn't like it?
No, I remember I saw that shit in
What?
theaters as a shorty, and I was like, no, dude,
What?
this.
It was all right.
So One Piece I don't think would work as a feature film, at least not made in Japan. Like if you made one maybe in America or Europe or somewhere.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
because
I'd like to see a lot of these animes come to life. That's
yeah,
all.
it would have like every character would need a bunch of CGI done, and
Yeah, for sure.
Zoro would be impossible unless the sword that he puts in his mouth is made out of foam, because that's otherwise that'd be impossible to carry while you're fucking trying to do your three sword style.
Yeah, that's pretty. Or maybe they could just, digitize the sword into his mouth.
I don't know. I think One Piece is just way too over the top to do successfully live action,
Yeah, it probably
and
is.
that's saying a lot because anime is always just over the top, anyways. But One Piece is just like I don't know. It's too much of a wild card because anything can happen at any given time. Like a fucking a meteor could fall from the fucking sky in fucking One Piece, like in the middle of like a major battle, and then just fucking like like what, like where the fuck? And then we get no sign of this meteor coming or whatever at all, just fucking out of nowhere, and then the fucking meteor will have some backstory to it, like
Right, right.
like what? So like anything can happen at any time, and what's beautiful about it is fucking Oda Sensei has been planning all this shit since he was in grade school or high school or whatever. So well, all this shit's a big surprise, whatever thing to us. Like, dude's been having all this shit planned. Like everything that's going on in the show, he's been having planned since he was a kid. Maybe stuff has changed, or whatever, here and there. Cause like I'm
Right.
writing ideas that I had when I was a kid, but I've changed stuff all the time, but I still keep the same general idea. So I don't know, man.
It's all good in the neighborhood, man.
One Piece is always gonna be my winner in this thing. Dragon Ball will probably always be your winner against One Piece.
Yeah, we just stop at a tie, man, because we both have valid points. So,
Oh man, I'm gonna go back to bed.
oh yeah, man, this was an early morning show, but it was impact. I woke up for a second.
I I Me and James were working in Madison last night, and I got home around like 2 in the morning,
Right,
and so I didn't even get to start watching the shit until about like I didn't finish watching the shows until about like 3:30. Probably didn't even get to bed
right,
until
right.
5. So I was
Damn, bro.
like, so so I'm gonna go back to bed. Uh, well, this is uploading tomorrow. Uh,
Okay.
and yeah, man. All you guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys like better between Dragon Ball and One Piece. If you want to expand on the topic, the points we brought up, just leave all that stuff in the comments below. Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that little notification bell so you know when all my videos come out. I do 2 more shows now. I do social media news on Wednesdays, and Timone answers everything on Thursdays. So check those out as well, and you won't be disappointed. And yeah, we'll catch you next week when we talk about how bullfrogs are poisoning the water holes in Wisconsin.
Hmm.
Yeah, I never talk about what I say I'm going to talk about next week. So